George says, my quick judgment is that Shanahan and T. Brady might be too many cooks in the kitchen. Trey has to be good because all the picks Niners gave up, in my opinion. That's a fair point. And it seems like maybe someone like Kyle is just better off having an uber talented 21-year-old who says, sir, yes, sir. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. How much pushback does Kyle want?
I disagree because,
Okay.
like, Mike McDaniel kept talking about how they have open voices, this the most open organization. We listen to everybody. Then wouldn't you want to listen to what Tom Brady has to say too? I don't understand how, like, because I'm a fan first too. So, like, one of the justifications I gave myself when they didn't end up getting Brady was like, I was like, oh, maybe, Shanahan and Brady, that wouldn't get along. The more and more I've been able to do this with you and meet people and learn and talk about this, I think that's the most BS reason you can give for this.
Yeah.
Getting along, that aspect of it, like Shanahan's job, part of his job is to find a way to get along. That's Tom Brady. You find a way to make it work with him because he's going to help you win.
And the funny thing is, it's not hard. All you have to do is be like, you do everything, Tom. How hard is that? How hard is that?
The crazier thing is one of the things Shanahan talks about and he prides himself in is he says some coaches will just be your friend and stuff. I'm not one of those guys. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to hear to get better. Like we're going to find a way to get along, but getting along is not what we need to do. We need to find a way to get better and win. And so, like, that's where, to me, I'm sorry, like, the more and more I get, like, detached I'm not detached. I'm still a huge fan, but like the more and more I analyze situations as objectively as possible, I think that's a very, very BS reason to say that they shouldn't have gotten Brady. And it's nothing against George. George, you're a nice guy. I think that in general, like to say that, oh, Shanahan and Brady, the chemistry, that Shanahan's job when you got a chance to get Tom Brady is to make it work.
Well, let me ask you it like this then. Why do you think Tom Brady isn't on the 49ers right now?
I don't know. I've heard different reasons. I've heard some people say they know it's because of the money, but then I've also heard you say that the rumor around the league is that the Patriots offered a first round pick for Garoppolo and they didn't take it. But if they could trade, right, if they could get a first round for Garoppolo and see the money thing it's always a little shady to me just because I feel like when you have a guy like Parag Marathe who's proven that whenever he needs to adjust the cap, he can figure out a way to make the numbers work, right? This is calculations. And to me, like, they did get rid of DeForest Buckner too. And I feel like if you did get Tom Brady and stuff like George Kittle, like they didn't sign George Kittle until like 2 months after the Tom Brady thing was all over. So like to me, I don't know, right? I don't know it, but the money one to me is always like that. It's a cop out excuse to me to not get Tom Brady.
Why do I feel like, and we'll end this topic in a second, but why do I feel like in 5-10 years Kyle's going to come out and be like, I wanted Brady? By the way, I wanted Brady. That wasn't my decision.
It already came out, right?
Did he say, "Oh, it's his favorite player of all time"? Right, favorite player of all time.
No. I saw some report in like February that Kyle was the one in the Niners organization that wanted Brady the most, or was pushing for Brady the most. I don't know. I
love how Kyle always portrays himself as this person who's fighting against the establishment and can't get his way. Like, Kyle, just say you want Brady, you get Brady. What are you talking about? Who told you no?
One that can get his way. I thought that was the entire point with the Niners. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to rehash this conversation.
Yeah. We don't know.
At the end of the day, Niners got Trey Lance, and we're all excited about that. So
honestly, I mean, if Trey Lance ends up being what they want, good thing they passed on Brady, because although he won a Super Bowl and a bird in the hand is better than, but Brady's older than Kyle. Trey Lance is Vish's age.
Yeah. Plus Grant, I mean, as a fan, like I'd rather have the guy they drafted at number 3 than the guy who's won 6 somewhere else. Like, just because I'm not saying like, I want my team to win a Super Bowl. I don't care who they win a Super Bowl with. I just want to see the 49ers win a Super Bowl. But being able to watch a guy that they drafted at 3 and they go ascend with, to me, like, that's like the coolest thing, right?
Right. Absolutely. And honestly, it's the Niners. It's what they did with Joe Montana. So let's see if they can do it again. Max Garcia says they thought Brady was washed up like a lot of the league, so they roll with the younger guy. If that's the case, they made a big mistake, guys. They made a big mistake. Now, I feel like we had this argument a lot last year. Maybe it was before me and you were on. I felt like people who were blaming the 2019 Patriots thing on Brady weren't really getting it. Like, he's not mobile. He can't buy time. If people can't get open, he's not going to be useful. But there was a lot of pushback on that. A lot of people thought he was done.
So
he didn't look good in the playoff game.
So yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm someone who's kind of in between. Like, I don't think he was as bad as the 2019 Bucks or the 2019 Patriots made him look, because that was a horrible situation. But no, his arm looked fine. He just looked a little gun shy to throw. He looked a little gun shy. I mean, look at his arm this year.
He didn't trust his receivers. I'm getting you. He didn't have Gronk. He didn't have Edelman. He had
Edelman. Edelman was just playing through like 8 injuries.
There you go. That's right. Edelman was hurt this past year. Yeah.
Poor Cam. But hey, Grant, I saw 2 clips on Twitter of Cam missing a throw. Like, he can't throw, Grant. Those 2 clips on Twitter.
That's it.
Those 2 clips on Twitter. 12 rushing touchdowns don't count. But no, what I was going to say about Brady was I don't think he's as good as what the Bucks, like all of that, because I think the Bucks' entire team effort is not getting credit. And we talked about this after the Super Bowl when I said I don't know how to quantify the intangible effect. But if you look at the tangibles of what Brady did and the 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter of the NFC Championship game and all of that, that's all bad quarterback play. Like, a quarterback throwing 3 interceptions in the NFC Championship game in the fourth quarter is just bad. It's not good.
You're right. And the thing about the Bucks is it's not just a total Brady production. He's a great quarterback, but they're put together flawlessly.
Really well.
Really well. Very, very well. So it's a good organization. Thanks for the question. We're going to move on.
But he's still really good. He's
absolutely.
Good,
I mean, yeah. But if you just put him like, so is Rodgers, right? But he never wins a Super Bowl. So you got to put together the team correctly. And maybe that's why Rodgers is mad at the front office, although he just should be mad at himself for always taking the most money possible. But we're not here to talk about Aaron.